The story is said by the voice of Omkar, young Omkar Ritvik Sahar, elder Omkar Apar Shakti Karana, the nephew of Mahavar Singh Phogat. The movie's plot is based on the true story. The story revolves around a small village named Balali, district Bhiwani, Haryana state in India. The movie starts with Mahavar Singh Phogat, Amir Khan, watching an Olympic game for wrestling in his office. TV is broadcasting that India's role in wrestling is very poor. A new employee joined the office. Vivan Patina challenges Mahavar to wrestle and loses. Mahavar also works part-time at a local wrestling ring, Akata, and he is very talented in terms of wrestling and its technique. He couldn't take part in the Olympics and win gold, therefore he has hopes very high that his future son will win gold for the country. His wife Dayashabha, Sakshi Tanwar, supports him morally, but they keep on having a girl child only back-to-back 4 times in a row. Being Jita, young Jita Zaira Wasam, elder Jita Fatima Sana Sheikh, Babita, young Babita Suhani Bhatnagar, elder Babita Sanya Malhotra, Ritu and Sanjita. Finally, Mahavar Singh loses all hope and he locks away all his wrestling equipment and medal in a trunk. After 13 to 14 years, one day a neighbor family having 2 sons aged 13 to 14 years comes to Mahavar's house to complain about their sons being beaten up by Jita and Babita. Mahavar asks them how Jita and Babita beat the 2 boys, and the girls happily demonstrate on their cousin Omkar. Mahavar's eyes sparkle at that his daughters have wrestlers' blood, and he tells his wife that a gold medal is ultimately a gold medal, and it does not matter whether a boy wins it or a girl, and that he has decided that both Jita and Babita will now not touch any cooking utensil or do any household work, but they will now become a wrestler and will win gold medal for the country. Mahavar starts their training by being a very tough coach, waking them up at 5 a.m. every day. He maintains their diet and restricts any street food, spicy food of such, and makes them exercise. When Jita and Babita complain about how their hair is ruined due to dirt training, he calls a barber and cuts their hair off. And when he sees that they both are weak, he makes them non-vegetarian. Both sisters are very angry with Mahavar since he is being very cruel by making 2 girl children train as a wrestler. So they start doing little tricks to him by changing the alarm and eating spicy food whenever they can, and not wrestling properly. But one day when they both attend the wedding of their 14-year-old girlfriend named Sunita, child marriage, and she tells them they both are very lucky that Mahavar is thinking about their career and life and not getting them married at such an early age unlike her family is doing. They realize their mistake and start training hard. When Jita, the elder sister, is ready, Mahavar takes them to another village for wrestling. All the people oppose that they won't let a girl fight with a boy, but due to lack of audience and as a means of earning more money, the organizer agrees. Almost all the village arrives to see a girl fighting, and everyone is positive that she will lose very badly. Jita chooses the strong boy among the competitors to wrestle. She fights well as opposed to what villagers were thinking, and as the fight continues, everyone in the crowd starts cheering for Jita. In the end, even though she loses, she wins more prize money from sponsors than the boy. Due to the loss, Jita is not able to sleep and asks his father when will the next wrestling fight be organized. All the people in the village who were previously accusing and backbiting about Mahavar start cheering for Jita and Babita and look towards them with pride. Both the sisters soon become impossible to defeat and wins every next wrestling competition. At the national level wrestling competition, Jita wins and therefore has to shift to National Sports Academy Training Centre in Patiala, Punjab state, for her further training. Mahavar is upset as she transfers to a new place. The new coach Pramod Kadam Jairish Kulkarni has a different training style and does not let Jita use the techniques of his father. Jita soon befriends other girls and starts doing other things like shopping, having longer hair, nail polish and makeup, roaming around nights, etc. apart from her training. When she goes home after a few months, Geeta starts competing in international matches, but she keeps match after match. At first, she does not even care, but slowly she starts being afraid of her career. Meanwhile, Babita also wins national championship and is moved on to the same training center as Geeta. When Geeta is despaired due to her continued failure, Babita tells her to make amends with her father, which Geeta does so while crying very much over the phone. Mahavar forgives her. Geeta becomes her old self by cutting her hair down again. But she is told by the coach to not compete in her regular 55 kg weight group, but to lose weight and compete in the 51 kg group. Listening to this, Mahavar shifts to Patiala near to NSA training center so that he can help her compete for the same 55 kg group. He tells Geeta to do as her coach says during the training session, but both sisters and Mahavar start doing separate sessions to their old routine of waking up at 5 a.m. Coach notices that and complains to the authority to send both sisters back. Mahavar pleads to the authority of letting them stay, but gets banned by NSA, and girls are also banned to go out. So Mahavar starts training Geeta over the phone by watching all her international competing games video recordings and telling her at which moment she is doing what mistake. When Commonwealth Games 2010 is organized in New Delhi, India, Geeta takes part in her usual 55 kg group. Mahavar sits in the audience and keeps on advising her against what her NSA coach tells her to do. According to her father's advice, she wins the first round and semi-finals as well and qualified for the finals. In a press conference, the coach tries to take all credit, but Geeta states that it is all her father's hard work. Due to this, the coach gets jealous and angry and to take revenge, before starting the finals match, locks Mahavar in a room and thinks let's see how she wins now without her father. Mahavar tries to get out of the room, but all his efforts are in vain. The match starts and Geeta keeps remembering her father's advice. After a very tough fight, Geeta ultimately wins India's first gold medal in women's wrestling in the 55 kg freestyle category against Emily Benstead from Australia. When the ceremony of giving a medal to participants is over and according to the rule, the winning country